I found out how to get salon quality nails at home for about 30 minutes or less. Right now I'm just cutting my nails to get a nice square shape across the top. I found that using scissors gives me the shape that I love the most when I do that. This is a kit that I bought off of Amazon. I'm picking out my color. Colors without glitter tend to stick better and do better, so I prefer those. You have 3 different solutions that you'll use. The base coat is the one that you're going to use the most. You paint the nail. Well, actually, you're going to want to file off the tops of your nails first. This allows it to stick better. If you don't have that little filer like I have, just use a regular one. So first you're going to brush the nail with the base coat and then just dip it right into the powder. The first round I actually do only about half of my nail so that the back end of the nail is a little bit thinner. You kind of want it to have that nice concave look when you do your nails. So you literally just paint and dip, paint and dip, and you do each finger as you go along. Now you don't have to push it deep into the powder or anything like that. You literally just need to let your hand in there, make sure that it's covering the full amount of what you brushed, and then you're able to do the next round. And you probably want to do 2 or 3 layers depending on the color of the dip, but then also how strong you want your nail. I really like a strong nail, very solid nail, so I generally do 3 layers, and then I might even do 4 layers on certain nails that I use a lot or that tend to get beat up. With this dip set, I've tried out powdery dip, which lasted 2 weeks solid, no issues. And then the next dip that I used had a lot of glitter in it, big chunks of glitter, and that ended up chipping off quite a bit. So I'm just going to go back to the regular dip powder. Now when you put your finger in there and you pull it out, you just tap your finger to let off any excess powder. And then you also can make sure that after you've dipped it in there and you pull it out, if any of the nail polish or the dip has gotten on the side of your nail, that you just, scoop it off with your other nail so that it doesn't build up a fake nail on the side of your finger. So I'm just finishing up my few rounds here on this hand. Again, you just knock it off your finger once you've put it in there, and then you can use the little brush to take it off. And then go back, check through each one, make sure that there's not any empty spots or anything like that. But if you fully brushed the nail before you dip it, you should be good to get a lot of coverage. But I like to go back and go through. I'm not very good at painting nails, which is why nail polish never really worked for me, but I'm getting more familiar with using this. And now I am working on what is called the activator. This is kind of what turns the dip into like very hard cement on your nails. And I'm also wiping it off on the paper towel as I do each round, just to make sure that it doesn't turn the bottle sticky. I used to get these done at the nail salon, and I would always watch them and they would do this, and it helps the brush or something. I'm not sure with this activator step. I just do it now because I know you need to do it. And now I am working on my next hand. So you can do your hands all together. You can do one hand at a time. It's really up to you and your preference. It really doesn't take long in between each dip. You can literally just do one nail repeatedly, paint, dip, paint, dip. It doesn't need time to dry. It pretty much is dry once you get the dip in there. But I like to do one hand at a time so that I'm just focused on one thing and not too many nails. Sometimes I can forget which nail I just did, and I might end up painting a second nail twice. So by doing one hand at a time, I only have to focus on 5 fingers. So I'm just going again. You literally just brush, dip, knock it off. Brush, dip, knock it off. Brush, dip, knock it off. It is such an easy way to get hard as rock nails. And they're so pretty too, and they come in all different kinds of colors. There's many different starter packs that you can buy on Amazon. I just went for the most highly reviewed one, and then I watched a couple of YouTube videos of people doing this professionally. This is not quite a tutorial, but you're definitely seeing someone who does not have a lot of skills putting on a nice hard as nail set on my top of my own natural nail. And here you go. See, I actually forgot. I already did one of my nails after I took a sip of soda. Well, actually sparkling water, which is much better than soda, but anyway. Now, every once in a while, if you get it like a little hole, like if it doesn't quite cover an area that you need to cover, you can just come back in with the base coat and just dot that one area that needs to be filled in, dip it in, and then, you know, brush it off. So I think I'm working on my third layer here on my nails, just dipping in, brushing off, dipping in, brushing off. It is so simple and so easy. Paint, dip, knock off. Paint, dip, knock off. And this has become part of my self-love routine. I always thought self-love, well, had a lot of misconceptions about self-love, but self-love is really just taking care of yourself, loving your body. I really enjoy the look of fresh, done nails. Plus, I really love to have hard nails. I use my nails quite a bit. I really like it when they're strong and sturdy, and these dip nails really do the job for making them strong and sturdy. Now I'm coming in with the top coat, and this is just super simple. You're just painting over each nail. This is giving it the glossy finish, the shiny finish on top, and this will also cover up any bumps from the dip. Now, some people will actually file down the nails after they put the activator on to make sure that they're in the shape that they want. But I found that, you know, it really is already okay as it is. I guess if I did have a big bump in there, then I would file it down, but they tend to do just fine. So again, I'm putting on another coat of the top coat. I like about 2 coats of the top coat just to make sure it's nice and shiny and that everything is sealed over. And then you can allow that to dry for like 2 minutes. It really does not take long. It does not take as long as nail polish. It's dry pretty quickly and you can go right on about your day. I ended this video at 30 minutes and 34 seconds.